Our intern Olivia slid into our DMs wanting to find out about her ancestors, and so we discovered that she is the 15th great-granddaughter of Countess Elizabeth Brown, whose testimony ended up sealing the fate of Anne Boleyn. In the year 1536 in England, King Henry VIII's second wife, Queen Anne Boleyn, would be arrested on charges of adultery, incest, and treason. And one of the key figures in her downfall would be her own lady-in-waiting, Elizabeth Brown. Now, although there is almost unanimous agreement amongst historians that Elizabeth Brown did accuse Anne Boleyn, where the real controversy comes is to what her motivations were. Records indicate that Elizabeth and Queen Anne Boleyn were actually pretty close, with Elizabeth actually borrowing money from Queen Anne on one occasion. But Elizabeth supposedly confessed to her brother, Sir Anthony Brown, that Anne had been unfaithful to the king with multiple men, including her own brother. So here's where the controversy begins. Was Elizabeth telling the truth, or was she compelled? Some historians believe that Elizabeth spoke out of genuine concern or even religious conviction because Queen Anne was known to be flirtatious and rumors were beginning to swirl around the royal court. Other historians argue that Elizabeth may have been pressured or manipulated by some political enemies of Anne, such as Thomas Cromwell, who needed more evidence to bring down the queen. And then there's a less popular third theory that Elizabeth was actually trying to save her own skin by accusing the queen. Because according to very little evidence other than circumstantial royal gossip, there were rumors spreading that Elizabeth herself was having an affair, and so by accusing the queen, she'd be throwing the scent off of herself and ending the rumors. But I don't think I buy that one. And although you didn't ask me, I believe that the second theory that she was pressured is probably the most likely because she was a friend of Anne Boleyn up to this point, and then shortly after Anne was executed, Elizabeth gave birth to a daughter who she also named Anne, which means that Elizabeth was either a pretty messed up person who named her daughter after her boss who she had executed, or she named her daughter in honor of her friend who met an unfortunate fate.